Check it out. Bum Shadows here with a Sunday bum day, if you will. It's the Sunday night live stream that I put on. If you did take a look-see at some of the posts I put up, tonight's Bumboxing unboxing is hot, and it just got off the presses. The Hillbilly Gym, baby, from Hasttel Toys, Grapplers, and Gimmicks. I'll be bumboxing this bad dog at some point, and it already looks pretty good, but hey, see until we get it in hand, baby. So, coming up on that new year, I think I'm gonna have my what's it called? My usual Tuesday episode, but I might preempt it in favor of this is the book size announcement everybody's been waiting for. I mean, there's a drum roll somewhere, but Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, Bum Shadows going live, baby, for the New Year's countdown. The first ever Bum Shadows New Year's countdown. Drop your balls with me. We're going to have a good... So if you tune in at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there'll be the countdown till midnight for all y'all delight, hopefully. And I think it'll be... So I'll either still do the Tuesday and do that, or preempt the Tuesday or do that Wednesday night, like later on, like I'm saying, like I said, I think 11, because 11 to like midnight hour, and then a little after, which is usually my time frame. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I might still go on Tuesday. Why not? You know. But I did want to do like a New Year's thing, and maybe like do some sort of best worst of, or some sort of a version of that, or faves, keep it positive. I don't know, but it will be something, and definitely can count the ball dropping together. Fly the L, how you doing, brother? Yeah, Dusty, what's up? Excuse me. Stop the show and say hi to me. Fly the L. Hey, Dusty, what's up? Christmas was good. Is that a question? Show me your eye. Elizabeth, jeez. It's gotta be covered. It's part of the lore of the Bum Shadows. I gotta keep it hidden until, further notice. But I do appreciate the request. Yeah, that's all I got for that one. I think Waddy's planning a marathon type stream for New Year's Eve. Perhaps can do a oh shoot. Okay. Did not know that. Thank you, Flathio. Crap. Send me one eye pics, Elizabeth. Alright. Thanks. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to get in contact with him, see what he's going, what's up to. Yeah, figure it out. I'll definitely do. All right, how about this? I'll definitely do the Tuesday one, but we'll see about Wednesday. But if all works to plan, or if it's crossover, I think it would be a cool opportunity, considering it comes once a year. So I mean, you get to do New Year's things on New Year's types of days, which, are only once a year. So it's just sort of like, well, you know what? That's cool. I'll talk to Waddy. We're always good. We'll talk about it and just see if there's something we can work on, and if not. Let's see. Katie, Pink and Black. Talking about birthday, man, alright? I hope so. I don't know what that's in reference to, but those are cool colors. I could do that. I could work that into the wardrobe. I'm sure. Let's see. We're hoping to tag people in can we stream one show on both channels? That would be actually really interesting. There's got to be a way. I know that, like, we tried it one time, and I would hope it's not on my end, but honestly, I was like, it wouldn't let me join. It said, like, max amount of guests. So if anybody actually in the chat that happens to stroll on in and you know, like, the way to do it, like, do it. Not only that way, I'll take, I'll listen to that. It's interesting, but a way to do like more than two people on live stream at once. I mean, there's got to be a way, baby. I mean, like, I've seen it obviously on other channels, so it's like, what's missing here? And I am not technology sound. You can ask the shadows if you're still here, Destiny. I'm not technologically. That's it. That's a new one. Technological, whatever you call it. Sound. So I can't even say the word. So there you go. On that note, however, if there is a way to do it, please let me know. Let this simple man of the technology variety of today's day and age know how the F you do that, please. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure there's a lot of, I'm missing on that end. And it'd be cool to have, like, a panel, 3, 4. Let's get it all together. That would be cool. And especially for a New Year's one, that'd be a cool little get together. Pink and Black Heart Foundation. That's what I was thinking too. Okay, let me see. 5.0 truck. Can you say happy birthday to my cousin? I'm not going to, because that sounds like I ate the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I don't think anyone's first name is like eyeball, so I'm gonna just leave alone, baby. Love the Heart Foundation, haha. Natalia is fire. Oh, Natalia Neidhart, yes. Oh, wow. 5.0, like, some things I'll leave them to. Hey, to each their own. Yeah, I dig Natalia. She's now mentoring the other wrestlers and has a book out. Destiny, that's what I'm trying to get you to say, haha. What the frig? But yeah, our foundation, baby. What the hell else was I gonna say? I get distracted. Yeah, so figure out a New Year's thing, actually, because, like, I'd rather work with Walnut because we're bros. That's just how it goes. And it rhymes, don't you know, from your head to your toes, for your friends, for your foes, for your GIs, for your Joes, for your Eagles, for your Crows. I don't know. Anywho. But yeah, I think that would be a cool, like, concept to do. Could you say Happy New Year's to my nephew Phil McCracken? For Friday, I'll sure. Hey, nephew Phil McCracken. I'm just playing. Actually, I'll do it anyway. For Phil McCracken. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Awesome. How do you feel about Logan Paul being a WWE now, laughing my ass off? I hate it. I was watching it the other day and was like, WTF. So Sister Shadows me. You know what I'll say is, I don't know how, but, like, I have to give credit, and I don't know how he did it, but, like, he's a pretty good wrestler. I have to admit, and I've watched watched a lot of wrestling in my, and he's actually in ring like very good, and I think he's actually a good heel. So as much as he's probably annoying as a human, I'm not denying that. Whatever it is about him, he makes a good wrestler, and he actually, I don't know how, he has that athletic to it. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I actually think he's a good wrestler, and like he's actually a good heel. Is he like my favorite to see every night? No, but he does fill that spot of like, the despicable heel very well because he can also wrestle, which is crazy. I don't know how I picked it up so quick, but hey, hats off to him. I mean, do I like him personally? Probably not. I don't know him personally, but I'm not. Just not to be negative, just to be honest, but hey, as a wrestler, I can't take anything away from him. I mean, like, and as a heel character, I think he does pretty good. I mean, the, the ring skills are good, but he sucks as a person. I see what you're saying. Yeah, Sexy's so good as a wrestler, and that he's one of the first LGM figures they brought back this one. Yeah, I was like, oof, man, that spot could have went to a lot of other folks. I know they're trying to bring the new in or whatever, influencer or whatever, but if you think about the first series, you got like Hogan, American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Polka Dots, John Cena, and then Logan Paul. Yeah, kind of a letdown. Yeah, I think so. Maybe down the line when things got like a little more like, okay, we've already got all the all the characters everyone wants. Let's throw Logan Paul out there. But hey, they did what they did. I guess they're apparently still selling. I don't think as well though, I would assume, as like the other three for sure, but what do I know? The way he threw around Rey Mysterio the other night makes me have beef with him. It's personal. Now, Rey's my man. Destiny loves her. Rey Mysterio. Actually, speaking of Rey Mysterio, brings up kind of a topic in a weird way that I wanted to present. Like, usually I do polls about this, but like, as far as retros, like, how missing is Rey Mysterio? And like, all due respect, Dom Mysterio, Dominic, Dom, whatever you want to call him. Great heel. He's coming to his own. I like what he's doing. However, is it not criminal that he gets a retro before the great Rey Mysterio? I mean, they probably should have, whatever series is coming out, put Ray in it too, and then at least you had that. But like, I think it's like Muda or something. And don't get me wrong, a great Muda is great, but I don't know. I think Ray should get his due, whether it's like old WCW gear or the 2000s or the even recent one. I'll take any Rey Mysterio as a retro. I think that is sorely missing from the retro collection. I'm down surprised and downright ashamed no one's come out with it, and like W is the one actually that can, so hopefully that's down the line. But like, I would have appreciated as a fan that, if not before Nick, at least in the same series. Oh, good point. Is there a Ray retro to great like Frosted Flakes? Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything about a Ray retro, and like, it's really, to me, even like, I'm trying to think. Well, yeah, in these 4-packs, he was definitely back by then. I know in like the initial run, it was like, what, 2016? He might have been like Lucha Underground. I don't know at that point. But no excuse for when the 4-packs came out. I was even on my channel like pitching like pulls on like fantasy Mattel 4-packs, and I think I said it before, but one of them was WCW version of Goldberg, Rey Mysterio, and Harlem Heat. I think that would have been a sick 4-pack. Not doing it by the threes, so, and usually two of them are like newer talents. Although Paul Heyman's a current day Heyman, but I consider him in the legend category. So, same with Jesse Ventura. I did get his Bumboxed. I forget, was it the last? Yeah, the last live I did that one. So, I just think Ray, like, yeah, that would have been the perfect opportunity to put his bum right in the series and say, hey, you know, you and your son, same series, it makes sense. But nope, not so much. I mean, no offense. I know the dude Bill that makes them like loves like or as I see on the figure shows or whatever, loves him some Great Muta. Hey, that's cool. I mean, but like, let's call a spade a spade. Would it not made more sense to put Rey Mysterio in the series with Dominic Mysterio? You know, sometimes they call them layups. Sometimes they get rejected. I don't know. Tony the Tiger. Working movie because he's great. Great. There's definitely been elites. Probably at least one Ultimate Ray. Oh, no, there's been... Don't get me wrong, like, as far as the rest of the lines, he's been definitely maybe even oversaturated. That's why it's kind of more frustrating to me that the retro one hasn't come. Because they just, like, it's sorely, like, missing. And if you size it, like, just, like, a little smaller than a Jesse Ventura, I know, like, scale's not the huge thing. But when it's Rey Mysterio, sort of like if it's Andre the Giant or if it's Big John Studd or a bigger dude, when it's Rey Mysterio, you kind of want him like a little smaller, I think. So, yeah, I'm familiar with the reference, but I'll trust my sister in this one. But you know, I'm out of touch and out of line. There's an old song that goes that way. If you kids out there want to look it up. All right, so 18-minute mark, I think, you know, and I'm anxious too. You know what? You got Hillbilly Jim, baby. Don't go messing with the country boys, the theme would say. This is from Hasttel Toys, Grapplers, and Gimmicks. Just got this baby poo in the mail yesterday. And was like, you know what? Let me just do this as the next bump. And right off the bat, I want to say that Hasttel, Grapplers, and Gimmicks, they might be listening. Because instead of including a hat that doesn't fit, there is no hat. Okay. I said it. I can't take it back. I said I'd rather not have a hat I'd rather not have a hat if it doesn't fit or whatever I said. But either way, the way I worded it was the way I worded it. And the ultimate result was, why include a hat if it isn't going to fit? And here we are. So all respect there. I do like the horseshoe. I see a little bandana poo right in the hand. Then on the back, we got the manager, Hilly Jim. We got a new version. We see Uncle Cletus, Tony Anthony. Gonna take a sneak peek here. What the hell are they? Oh, Phineas and Henry. There's a new version. And like I think I already said manager, Hillbilly. But I'm going to try to crack it open. We're going to try to not bust a glove. We're going to hold it back until it has to bust. But the glove, please don't bust. In God trust. Here we go. Holy crap, it's on there already, baby. Super glue job in effect. I'm cracking, baby. Ugh. Our buddy Chris is going to be picking up these card backs. You all snooze, you lose. He's going to be decorating the walls of his house looking all fancy with all these cards. And what are you going to be doing? Being like, you know what? Should have asked Bump Shadows for those cards. Have no fear. Once he picks these all up, we'll start over again. If you can wedge your way right in there and you want some free backing cards, you can do it. But for the first one, snoozy, losey, hey, that's how it is. Plus, I mean, I'm biased. Chris is my buddy from way back, so if he wants these cards, getting them, baby. So that's what he's getting. So here we go. Little sticky off. You don't need it. Well, look at this little necklace. It's going crazy. But what it's not doing is falling off him. I'll give him that. Look at it. Shake it. Oh, oh. Shake it like a polo. Alright, so he's got that. I like the little, excuse me, the little handkerchief in his hand. I almost don't want to get out, but it's in there, so you know what? I want that bit in his dang hand, and I ain't taking it out. So I ain't risking it, baby. Or am I? I'm a little curious. I'm really curious, baby. It's in there, you know what? Why? If it ain't broke, then don't break it. Leave it alone. That's what I say. He's got the thumbs up. Kind of a hacksaw, but he's like, hey, don't go messing with the country boy. And got his lucky effing horseshoe, baby. Is it a Razor Ramon chain? Is it a Indianapolis fan? No, it is a chain around. And it's got the horseshoe. Like I said, I can't fault Hasttel, baby. I said it before, like, if you're going to make a hat and it doesn't fit, then why include the hat? It doesn't have a hat. I saw people complain. I'm not going to be one of them. This is what I asked for. Maybe he had a hat and it didn't fit. Although I did hear that in that 3-pack with the golfs, the manager Hillbilly has the hat. So if anyone wants to report to Bum Center and say, you know, hey, I get this effing Godwin's 3-pack in the hat, I would like to hear it fits on perfectly like a dream. Or if it doesn't fit and it falls off. Let's be fair. So, of course, I'd like to hear it fits like a dream, you know, fits like a nice pair of underwear on the first day. So that's what I want to hear, but we'll see. However, this is Hillbilly Jim. Let me give him a look. See, he's got the puffy beard that we all love that, you know what? This guy might be my uncle. Uncle Jim? Could be Uncle Jim. I like the puffy beard and I like the hair. And what can I say? Maybe I'm biased. Maybe they could put that bandana in his hand over his eye and we can party all night. But as he is, baby, he looks like Hillbilly Jim. He's got that muscular upper body. He was a tall, slender gentleman. Height has been discussed before, so let's call a spade by observant eyes like my buddy Waddy and Fly the Owl. Now, if you do stand him up to a diesel, if you're going scale-wise, big. Yeah, Hillbilly is not measuring up. And I know Ash was a tall boy, but Hillbilly should be maybe here-ish, but he's here-ish. So if you're going scale-wise, I think Mattel did it right. They gave Kevin Nash the big frame, the tall frame. I believe they did it with Big John Studd, which I don't have around. If you don't care about scale, then that's pretty dead on. But if you're going, I guess, in its own universe, let's try this. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to do this live, baby. No strings attached. So if you go in the Grappler Gimmicks universe, it looks right. Like Savage would not be as tall as Hillbilly Jim. So if they're within there, where the hell is that Diesel, baby? Oh, no, I only get the Mattel ones. If I had it properly ready. Oh, let's look at him. Forget Santa Claus. Why not? 'Tis the season. He's exhausted. So Santa Claus. Still not as tall as Jim. So I think within its own universe, within its own Grapplers and Gimmicks universe, it's probably sized correctly. However, if you match it up against Mattel, why in the effing world don't I get a Hasbro around, baby? This is very disappointing. Where the F was one? There should be one here, but disappointing myself here. Oh man, stop the show! Stop the show! It's gotta be a F and half. All right. Well, while I'm trying to find one, let me tell you that in the Hasttel world, I think it matches up pretty good. Just a little taller than Macho Man, a little taller than Santa Claus. And who knows Santa's height? He could be a 7-footer. I mean, or he could be like 5'2". I don't really know. What is he? We gotta ask. We gotta ask the elves. Can we get a hold of the elves? I don't know. But anyway, Hillbilly Jam. Overalls and all, traditional. Look at the bum. And look at those denim butt cheeks for all you fans out there. That looks like about a hillbilly bum that I remember watching as a kid. I'd always look for the wrestlers' bums, see how they look. And that's about right. So he's got his black boots. He's got his little markings on his booties, baby. And it is the right type of boot because it's got that little heely poo. Good job. So I will say, has to do a great job. Now, if you're matching it against other lines, you might not be too pumped because, as far as a Mattel, and I should be able to just reach around, baby. Oh, Dusty, yes, perfect. Hasbro to match him up. Okay. All right, so we got Dusty Pooh, and Dusty, the towering force, is, at least in this comparison. Okay, Dusty should not be that much taller than Hillbilly. Let's call a spade a spade. That's quite the height difference, if I could talk. Difference, I'll just say, because I'm lacking talking right now. But if you look, yeah, I mean, hey, Dusty was larger than life, baby, but not this large. So, yeah, on the scaling department, you gotta say that off on the Hasbro, off on the Mattels. Within its own universe, though, it seems to Mitchell to Gold Macho Man. I don't think there's a difference, but if you're looking at these two dudes, you get the huge cowboy hat. But if you look at where the head and the nose region is, this looks pretty comparable to like what they would both be. But then again, you got actually Jesse Ventura. It's not as bad. What was the Mattel line? Oh, it was Nash. Because I was saying, you know, if Hillbilly's supposed to be 6'10", Nash is supposed to be 7 feet. And it looks a little over the top. Like, Hillbilly should be motorboating Nash. It's not like the right height comparison. So, that's my whole spiel on that. No, green screen. Don't do that to me, baby. Love you, bro. Talk to me tomorrow. Gonna make some plansy poos. Alright, love you, Destiny. If you're still there, Shadow's always coming through. Definitely I'll talk to you soon. Or tomorrow. Glad they glad they offer him solo now, so you don't have to get the set with the Godwins. Yeah, that's why I waited. I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait for the single one because I'm not getting that 4-back. And actually, it's probably a complimentary reason I have Goblins. I don't mind them, actually, from Hasttel. I know they got, like, dist or whatever, but, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't mind them. I like them. So I was like, well, F it. Let's wait for the single Hillbilly. Oh, well, I thought you were getting off live. Never mind, I'll be here. Oh. Rum is good for at least 40 to 60 minutes, but I try to keep him talking. Fly the L. Man, I think he's missing the hat. Bum Billy Bum. Come for the bums, stay for the bums. Yeah, and if, I don't know, I'm hoping to hear from somebody actually that did get the manager one, because the hats have been historically disappointing, as you sure you know. So it's like, if the bandana and necklace is to compensate for no hat, and they both, like, this fits in there so much that I don't even want to F with it. I don't even want to take it out. It's in there. It's in there, baby. He's going to be waving that bandana whenever. And then the necklace, with Hasttel, it's been iffy. But look, this is like their new, one of their newest figures. And if, bandana's on there, nothing's flying off, nothing's flying on the table. I still can't find that Santa hat, by the way. So, yes, a hat, ideally, though, would be better. If you found the formula and it works on the manager one, then sure, why not include it on this one? But maybe it falls off the manager one. I hope not. Hopefully the formula's down, but I hope so. I'm a fan of Hasttel. I love the product. My only gripe has always been the elevated price for, I know they're limited editions, but when you're talking $55, $60 a figure, I'm immediately gonna have to say no, which sucks. But when you can get them for a good price or a fair price, I mean, they're really solid figures, Hillbilly, I think, was $39.99, so not complaining there. I'll take it. It's a good figure, really solid. I mean, there is, again, and I don't mean to reiterate, but I will, just in case no one saw, it does have that scaling issue, and a real quick comparison, I'll do it real quick. Nash, Hillbilly. Hillbilly's supposed to be, like, in the 6'10" neighborhood, Nash 7 feet, so it should be maybe a little more that-ish, but it's more that-ish. Nitpicky, perhaps. I can see where people are coming from, though, Personally, do I care? Don't. But I do, at the same time, see why people care. Depending how you're displaying things, depending on if you get a fig fit, depending on what you're doing, it could be detrimental to have, like, what's considered a short Hillbilly gem versus a taller diesel, or, you know what I mean, where things aren't really where they should be. So I guess it's, take your own path type of deal. Slightly, I did get Hillbilly Gem original LJM that came hat, luckily. Oh, nice, dude. Let me see. Gator Killer. The fentanyl got you moving like a claymation action figure. Okay. Nah. Fentanyl, no, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure a drop of that would kill me, so. Nah. But good luck with that. Did you get Jim direct on eBay? Said Fly the L. No, I got him off of Hasttel, actually, for $39.99. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. I think it's still up there, actually. I think it's a pretty good deal. Got a few GG machos on my eBay watch list. Yeah, a few of them you can get pretty good. I know there's like a sale at Rock and Roll Collectibles for 15% off, and at one point, I believe it was the gold and black Macho Man and ring gear. It was like wicked cheap. It was like $27.50 or something ridiculous like that. So I was like, wow. You know, if I didn't already have one, I probably would have definitely. And I almost wanted to just get another one because it was a good deal. So if you sell rock and roll collectibles and you go to Grapplers or Gimmicks, they don't got much left. If you didn't get some of the Bulldogs, they might have some of those too for cheap. So anyway, it's like 10% off. The code might be just 2026. Damn it! I wish I got that solid, but I believe it's 26 on that one. So, like I was saying, here's the Hillbilly. He's Hillbilly Jim. One of my last ones, one before this was Jesse Ventura. These ones don't seem as bad. I mean, like, as far as the lineup. But then, what was the other Mattel? Oh, the Nash. It really towers over. So I guess it's like, thought like Hillbilly was like 6'10". Maybe he was 6'8". Not saying that's, whoa, wicked short. I mean, obviously he was a giant man. So I put him in that category, maybe with the Big John Stutter and Nash, but maybe I'm I don't know. Maybe I should find the Hall figure because I think he's like 6'7", but I don't have that around. So hey, that's how it goes. I'm gonna say I'm pushing personally scale aside, and I mean, man, oh yeah, I never even did the head turns a little bit like it should because of the hair. The right arm is really tight. Left arm really tight. That handkerchief is in there, baby. Necklace goes on and off easily, but also stays on if you shake it like a Polaroid. You got a nice denim bum. The waist was very good. Damn it, Hasttel, you did great. That's what I say. I would recommend this figure. $39.99. I mean, like, pretty sweet deal. Pretty sweet deal. It's a damn good figure. What can I say? Love Hillbilly Jim. Could the hat, like, to the extra level in a hat, and let's be honest, that fits? Sure. I do want to hear, like I said, from anybody that got that 3-pack, the manager 3-pack. From what I hear, the hat is included in that. So I don't know if the hat was sacrificed for the necklace and bandana, which I've been pretty critical about the hats on Hasttel. So what I say is what I get. They didn't include a hat. I said if it ain't gonna fit, then don't include it. So maybe that's the case. So what can I say? Great figure. I say get it. It's pretty sweet. I would grab it because if you're not get the 3-pack, you know, and get the one with the denim coat, you can at least get this one, which is, I mean, you could even use this one as a manager, let's be honest. So, cool figure. Hasttel did it. Gimmicks did it pretty well tonight. Or they did it good with this one. They did tonight with me. But, yeah, you know, where the hell's the card? I already threw it away. So there it is. Go and grab it if you want. Site right now, I believe, is still available, not only in the Gold USA, but the worldwide as well. He has worldwide shipping, so check it out. Sometimes, actually, worldwide shipping has items that will be sold out in the USA, so it's good to check that out if you're not from the States. There he goes. Hillbilly Jim. Gotta love him. Let me see here. So yeah, from there, I'd say, as far as G&G goes, an early contender, at least, for one of the figs of the year is actually his USA version of the Macho Man Randy Savage. Holy crap. Now, I know, the price is steep. If you pre-ordered it, you got it for $50. It's for $60, but actually sold out. So you gotta kind of go on eBay, try to get that price. But holy crap, man. We're talking, take us back to the US bid with Toddy Pettengill and just, you know, Luger coming out of the helicopter and he's slamming Yoko. And, you know, this is the man you see in the ring. It's great. It's pays tribute to that Hasbro. And as I was looking for a Hasbro, of course I had one right there that I found about. How could I forget? The OG Hasbro that obviously this was inspired on. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even, he took away the jumper feature, which, is a lot better, let's be honest. I didn't mind the spot shows. A lot of people did. I don't know. It was good for interviews, good for the entrance. Don't understand why the shades of all the figures would be in this one, but gotta love Hasbro. Gotta love this figure, this Macho Man. But, I got the white and black one. Here's the gold one from the WrestleMania 8, my favorite Mania. And, of course, USA OK Macho Man. Great figures, Hasttel. I mean, they're just excellent. I mean, especially the entrance gear ones, and I like the wrestling gear ones. And if I had one handy, Pooh, I would show you, but I don't. You've probably seen what it looks like anyway. So, he's available on eBay, but I think loose, close to the $60 price. Yeah, I want to say Mabel Toys, maybe. Mabel Toys might have the Dealy Poos on that one. I believe. Don't quote. Might be 65 and I might be off. Sometimes he has best offers. I want to actually, plug that no one asked for. Mabel Toys on eBay. You can find a lot of good retros for a good price. And sometimes he'll take a deal if it's within reason, which makes sense. So, he's usually, or I don't know who they are. They're usually willing to work with you. So I think that's a pretty cool deal. So check them out. You might be able to get a deal over. If Hasttel don't have them or, they're sold out, I'd go over there and check it out because they might have some. I got a few of them for a good price, like Oz and Diesel. I was able to get for 50 and under. And it's nothing against Hasttel or doing it through Mitch, but $60 a figure. I have to afford it where I can afford it. So, and let me tell you though, actually, while I look, this Oz figure is effing sick. So if I were to have $60 for a figure, it might be this one because holy crap, helmet cut off. You got young Nash, helmet goes on. You got old Oz, the cape. Everything's great about this figure. So I can't say enough good things about Hasttel. My only gripes are when the prices get out of hand. Other than that, everything's pretty great. I can even deal with the hat thing. I'd really like it to be corrected considering the prices. I think, geez, when they're molded on, you really can't beat it. I mean, I think maybe he should do more hat molds, molded onto the head, maybe. That's the answer, but you did it with Santa. It's molded on here. I mean, he's got his sack. This is a great figure. Great idea, by the way. So, great ideas. Great Hillbilly. Everything's going great. That's what I have to say pretty much about what's going on with Hasttel. And with the Hillbilly, it was $39.99, and it seems like he's getting a little bit better with the prices. I know there was I don't collect them personally, but the gym or whatever, he wanted to start at a crazy price, but then he lowered it, and it's $80 now for the 2-pack as opposed to something crazy, something $129. So good for him to be able to recognize when things are out of control. I'll say that much. But my running gripe is I get things that are Comic-Con exclusive. I get things that are about 55, 60 a piece. Too much. And I only collect retros, like I always say. So it's too much for me. So if you can find it on eBay, I say find it on eBay because I have my own limit that if I pass them, like I'll be a very hungry man. Like, but seriously, like the money aspect is really important. So I think there's a lot of collecting. If you like set your limits, then you might be like, oh, I'm missing out on things, but you're really not, and you're keeping like a limit to something, like, because I've like there's figures I'm missing out on, but it's just I'm not gonna pay $60 for an alternate outfit Godfather. It looks great and everything, but I'm not gonna do it. You know, same with Quang for like 50, because you get the red pants and red mask. It looks cool, but I ain't paying $50, and that's just how it is. And they're great figures, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think it's always healthy to set your limits because it's very easy to just, before you know it, you spend everything. Yeah, I see a lot from little toys. Let me make sure I get everything. Okay, good. GG Monsters on eBay. He's available on eBay, but I think 60 price. Yeah, but I did see that. Yeah, I see a lot from Able Toys. Yeah, cool. Might make them an offer on a few G's as a bundle. Yeah, Hasttel is some tag team sets well over 100, which is steep. Yeah, I was looking at that because I was even like, and they're sold out actually, so I couldn't get them anyway. But I was like, do I spend the 100 on the Strike Force, which was the standard one? But the only one they had available was like the Comic Con one. It's like 120, and I'm like, okay, never mind. Never mind. I was even considering it 100, which for me is like my limits. But like, for one, it's sold out, so I mean, good for him. But like, so it wasn't an option for me. So maybe that saved me. And for two, like, the other option was the $120 Comic Con variant. Again, two figures, $120. Eh. Now the 3 packs for $120 is a little more feasible. I know it's like steep, but if you think about it, right now it's like 40 a piece. Now they are figures he's put out before, so you gotta kind of pick and choose your battles. I have seen those on eBay too, so maybe there's an offer there to get it down. I'd say like 100. Like, nobody wants to. You obviously want to spend the least money you want to spend, but I think like 100 would be fair, like in package. You know. Strike Force, which is demolition of the warriors, so 100 plus is steep. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm saying. Hey, what's up, hey, buddy. But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love Strike Force and everything, and as much as I love Hasttel, I was even thinking about, honestly, the Strike Force. I was hoping to find somewhere to at least get him for, like, 90, which is still, but in my opinion, a lot more fair. Like, that $10 makes a big difference. We're talking like 5 off of each figure instead of 50 a piece, 45. That's how I always try to break it down. So, yeah, I've been looking, but the only ones I see have been like $120 on eBay, and the only one that Hasttel has is 120. I want to say the ones with the shirts is the variant, and the standards and the jackets. I think so, but I only saw the variant was. I'm checking out Hasttel now. Yeah, no, definitely, man. I went on there and it was hard to find. I've been dying to pre-order that Steve Mongo Michael. I've been dying for that figure, for a retro figure of that. I know he's got the Regium one or whatever, but like he could put out that retro one, and For the life of me, I couldn't find it on a site. I put like on the search newest, and then it like came up. But for some reason, when I was looking through just organically or whatever, like it would show me the UK McMull, Sandman, and Heath, but nothing of the USA. So I must have missed something, or he just added it again. I don't know, but I'll pre-order that, which I'm pretty pumped about. Yep, $42.99. Certain figures though, I'm happy to pay the price. And Mongo, for some reason, is just one of those figures I just always wanted as a retro or Hasbro. I know they had that WCW one, which I actually love figure. That was actually a pretty good figure, but yeah, nothing real remarkable since, so that's pretty cool. Be prepared to get a second mortgage. You're right. I know, exactly. It's like, damn, like, it's definitely been a pick use type of thing. Like, in the beginning, I'm sure a lot of people in the first year or two, you could maybe get away with being a Hasttel completist or whatever. And then it just came to a point where product came flowing in and not at the price that we're paying. It was up, 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 up. You know what I mean? And to the point where I had to tap out, and say, I can't collect all these. I can't. It's just too much. So those 3 packs that came, the Godwins, I passed on. Both the Strike Forces. The Sandman I might want to get. I'm on the fence about that. I do have the Hasttel. I do have the Zombie one, which I haven't boxed, and I know Zombie gets a bad rep. So that's kind of making me say maybe I'll wait a little bit. The Heath is out of my collecting rules or whatever, so nothing against him, but I don't need that figure. So still missed a few of them. I did get the Dean Douglas. I mean, that one got kind of a lot of crap, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good. Where is he? Okay. So there's Dean. I was just watching on like YouTube. I forget the channel, but they put like specials on like different, and there was like New Generation Part 3, and like Dean Douglas was there, and he was like 15-minute Intercontinental champ when Michaels had to hand over the belt. That definitely brought back memories. Funny seeing them put Demento with Rick Martel. I know that's quite the two. You usually think of those two wrestlers together. I can see why you consider they were wrestling at the same time in '92. However, the blue Martel that they made is more of an '89 Martel. Martel in '92 is like the pink tights that we got from like Hasbro. That's not to be like a know-it-all. I'm just saying I know too much. And yeah, that Martel in the baby blues, like 89, 90, I think he wore it against like Coco WrestleMania 6. So I'll say like 89, 90, 91 might have been the purple tights. Oh, I know my Rick Martel underwear, baby. And then 92 is like the pink tights. Still cool though, definitely. But whoa. I am in a time zoom, baby. Did not realize we were approaching that sweet hour mark. It's been a cool live stream. I mean, there was one, like, I forget the idiot, but that happens once in a while, and they kind of went away. But other than that, had, the whole gang. We get the 41 more hours left to stream by my buddy Fly. Always catch him when he does his live stream with Wally. Yeah, I want to say Saturday, but I think he does Monday too. I had to pick up some worky poos, so I think he's been holding down the fort nights a week, and he's a great live streamer along with Waddy, so check that out. Of course, Ross the boss, always coming through. It's a good dude. My sister Destiny, sister Shaz, coming through, and yeah, it's been a pretty good live, guys. I appreciate it. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up. But you're awesome, boss. I see you. Nah, good job. So I appreciate everybody. I think the way to do it is either way, and I'll to Damien Riot, Mr. Waddy, and say see what he's doing for the New Year's thing. And so I'll just say either way. I'll do the Tuesday night one in case something doesn't work out, and then, whatever, it's fine. So I'll say Tuesday night in my regular spot. I'll still do that. And if something comes to fruition for Wednesday for like New Year's Eve, then it shall be. But I just want to say I appreciate everybody stopping by. Ross, Fly the L, my sister Destiny, Sister Shadows, and everybody that commented, anybody that watched that didn't comment, that still watched, that tuned in, that still checked it out, that still got any bit of entertainment. But I appreciate y'all. There'll be at least one more episode from me in 2025 where I kind of want to wrap up the year, a little bit about the channel, but sort of figures too. What I thought was the best, what I thought was the worst, maybe. Definitely a unboxing, but, we'll do it all. We'll do it all. So, if I may say, had a great Christmas, great holiday, whatever you celebrate, great times, great holidays. But what I do have to say is, like I always do, keep bombing.